Well, what is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to A Therapeutic Edge. It is lovely to see you. Hope you guys are having a great day. I have got something new from David over at Orion Knives on the table. This is the Cetus, C-E-T-U-S, and it is, I saw this at Blade Show a couple years ago, or a year ago, when he was running the prototype around, and I fell in love with it. These are reasonably inexpensive. They're coming in at about 65 bucks. It is 14C. Now this one has an aluminum show side, steel lock side, and G10 sort of overlays. It's got a aluminum backspacer. It's just a cool knife. It really is. It's got a very aggressive sort of posture. I want to point out that the blade itself is not recurved, although the way it's shaped makes you think it is. It's not. Got a nice flat edge, actually, with a little bit of belly at the tip. It's excellent for working on stuff. It's very comfortable. If you want to give somebody a poke, you can do that too. Action is very nice. It's very snappy. David he did a really good job on this. But I do want to say something. A while back, Buck dropped the Highline, and I know that David, the designer of this, really liked the colorway, and he sort of liked the overlay G10. Yeah, I mean, he really basically he looked at the Buck Highline and said, well, what can I do better? And he did. Yeah. So anyway, this is a really nice knife for 65 bucks. David has dropped a number of nice knives. Of course, he's a reviewer. Blade Banter is the name of his channel. I'll put a link down in the description. You can go check that out. But he's dropped a few really cool knives over the last couple of years, and this is the most recent, and I dig it a lot. Now, the pocket clip is nicely deep carry, as you can see, and it's reversible, right? So you just unscrew it here, pull it out, put it in through this little hole at the top, slip it in, and then screw it back down, which is really nice. Frame lock, as you can see, right? We're locked up at about 45%, nice solid lock. You can deploy the blade a couple of ways. You can spidey flick it using this fuller. And of course, you can use the flipper. Oops, right there. I don't know, it's just a cool piece of kit. So let's get some specs out of the way. The blade itself looks like just about 3.5, a little under. I'm going to call that 3.4 inches. Yeah. Overall is 3 3/4, right back to here. Grip area from behind that swell, 1, 2, 3 3/4. It's very well balanced, very comfortable in hand. Right? It's nice and lean. It's got the Orion knives right there on the back. Yeah, that showed up. That's nice. It's got his logo here along the blade, sort of unobtrusively, and on this side, it just says 14C. There we go. It looks good closed. It looks fantastic open. This is a great knife. Nice job, David. Let's do some size comparisons, get that out of the way. Well, here it is against the Highline. Now, apparently there is an extra large and XL Highline that I will probably get a hold of because I want to do a three-way comparison here. I'm curious. I love this knife, so I love this knife. Let's see, here it is against a mini Adamas. I know. According to the designer of the Adamas, it's Adamas. And I have to tell you, I would rather light myself on fire than call it the Adamas. There it is against the full-size Adamas. So you can see the Cetus here falls in line nicely in between the two. Here it is against the PM2. And the Para 3. Right, so it's just a really nicely sized knife. In fact, the overall length from tip to tail comes in at just about 8 inches even, a little over. 8 and a tiny little bit, right? It's just a good size. Let's weigh it out. See where we fall, excuse me. With the aluminum show side, and it does have a little bit of funny features, you can see this is one sort of color here, and then it's a little bit darker on the aluminum side. But he did that to save weight. 4.4 ounces for a 3 3/4 inch overall blade. That's pretty good. It really rides the pocket well. This pocket clip is very flexible. It's got good spring and good ramp. This is just an excellent knife to carry and use, and it's 65 bucks. It looks cool too. Anyway, no, at 65 bucks, it is just sort of a joy. I'm really happy that David brought this thing to life. Now, they do come in a whole bunch of different styles. Again, I'll put a link to the website in the description. But there's like stabilized wood and a whole bunch of different like colorway options and stuff that you can do on these. So if you don't like the sort of basic gray and black, you know I do, you can get yourself something a little fancier if you want. And there you have it. This is the Orion Knives Cetus from the mind of David over at Blade Banter. An excellent cutter. I mean, boy, you could just draw cut all day long, right? It's really good for in-hand for slicing this way. The hollow grind on this is done really well, so it comes down to a really nice edge. Action is good. Fits the pocket very well. Closed length on this guy. We should do that, I guess. We're looking at 4.5. Yeah, 4.5. We're looking at chewing up 1.5 inches this way. Let's bring that up. It's a little bit wide right through here because of the shape overall. But if you're going to have that arc like that, you got to get it in somewhere. Cannot get to the tip. I mean, I suppose if you really wedged your finger in there, you might, but you're not going to cut yourself that way. Everything else is chamfered and knocked down where it's supposed to be. All the edges are smooth except the one you want sharp. And that's cool. Right on, David. Thank you. I bought this with my very own money. Yes, I did. This is the Orion Knives Cetus, a new drop from the folks over at Orion Knives. If you're curious, check out the link in the description. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to ask down in the comments, and we'll see you next time.